Hi everyone, it's Krista and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not new, hello again. So this is my channel. I love to do DIYs on a budget, Dollar Tree DIYs, thrift flips, farmhouse and rustic, wreaths, and seasonal decor. If you like what you see here, you know what to do. Hit that red subscribe button. Also leave me comments. I love to hear what you guys think. And also give me a thumbs up. That helps my channel. You can also follow me over on Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, and Facebook. And also I have an Etsy shop where some of the stuff in some of my videos, I make kits and you can create them yourselves, or you could buy what I actually made. All those are linked down below in my description box. But today is all about Love is in the Air. It's Valentine DIYs, and the host is myself and my good friend Brenda from Rustic and Lace. More about that in a minute, but first let's get into DIY number one. So for the first DIY, I am going to be using some barn red, a stamp. I'm going to use a tag. I'm going to use some of this ripped fabric. I'm also going to be using a button, a little metal key, and also this heart that I actually drew and cut out on my laser machine, and some of that tile that you get from the Dollar Tree. So if you don't have a heart like mine, then what you can do is you can just use one of the hearts from the Dollar Tree or any heart that you have. You can also cut one on a cardboard, guys. Yeah, I've made those too. So first I cut it out. I traced it and cut it out of the tile from the Dollar Tree, and then I glued it on the wood. Next, I'm going to use the barn red color, and it's just an apple barrel paint, and I'm painting the top of it. I'm using a sponge because it's easier to dab and for it to cover more than if you were to use a brush. You'd get lots of streaking going on. And then I'm using my dark antique wax that I use. It's just a wax. It's in my Amazon shop link down below in the description box as well if you're interested. I use this a lot to dirty up my crafts. I love this look. I love the vintage old look. So that is the look I am going for here. But if you don't like that look, you skip this part altogether. So then I'm just dabbing my stencil brush and I'm going around the edges. I also rub the wax with my fingers. You can also wipe it with a baby wipe if you get too much. So I like to be able to control it. It's really nice. Then I dabbed the key with some two different brown paints and made it look like it was rusty. Then next I went and I stamped a tag and I roughed up the edges because we're gonna make the tag look old as well. So everything kind of goes together. And then I crumpled it up in my hands. I get these tags from Hobby Lobby and they're very durable, so you're not going to rip it, don't worry. And then I go around the edges. You can use paper though too. I've seen a lot of people use paper and do the same thing. You don't have to have a tag. And then what I'm doing is I'm using my little Bordabra and I put a piece of twine down the center of it, and then I'm going to use some ripped fabric and also some lace that I coffee stained, and I'm just going to start looping them back and forth in the Bordabra. That's all you're doing here. This is kind of like a raggy bow, I call it, and you just keep going back and forth, or a fabric bow, some people call it. I don't know what the real name is for it, but that's what I call it, a raggy bow. And then I just keep flipping. That's all I do. And I just keep flipping it back and forth. And these bows are so easy to make, you guys. You cannot make a mistake with these. That's why I love making these. And they're very rustic looking, and I like that too. So then what I did is I cut the excess off, and then I'm going to bring the twine up, and I'm going to tie it in a knot on top. And then I flip it around, and I tied a knot on the back as well. Then I am going to take it, and I'm just kind of fluffing it out a little bit, the loops, and then I'm just going to glue that down. I'm going to take a piece of twine, put that on the key so it looks like it's hanging from some twine, the key, and then I'm just going to glue that down to the center of my bow. So first I'm gluing down the bow, and then I'm going to glue down the little key, and then I'm going to put the little tag that I stamped love on top of that, sort of to the side, of course. You don't want to, overlapping your key. And then a button that I had, a wood button. And that's it. I really love the way this turned out. But then I thought, oh no, I need something else. So what I did is I took some Sweet Annie and I stuck that on the top just to give it an extra something I felt like it needed. And there it is, you guys. So let me know what you guys think of that down below in the comments. And like I said, today is all about love in the air. It's Valentine DIYs. Myself and Rustic and Lace are hosting, and there will also be a playlist with everyone who is participating. So make sure you go check everyone out, you guys. And next is going to be DIY number 2. So the next DIY, I got one of these hearts from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to be using some pink paint. I'm going to use some ribbon and lace. I'm also going to use this really pretty lace, you guys. I got that on Temu. Yeah, cheap, and it was really pretty. And it is really pretty. Now that I didn't end up using. I didn't like it. I thought it was a little too much bling, so I kept it out. But I'm also going to use some of that greenery from, I believe it was Walmart. And the heart, like I said, was from Hobby Lobby. The scrapbook paper is from Hobby Lobby. So now this heart is big. So it's bigger than the paper. It's bigger than 12 inches. So what I had to do is I had to do half, and then I had to kind of like take another piece and figure out where it would go next on the paper so it looked like it went together. So that's what I did there, and then I turned it over, and I'm going to use a piece on the bottom as well. The 2 middle portion sections of this heart, I am going to use a warm white, it's called, or you could use a vintage white, or you could use plaster paint, you know, whatever paint you have, or you could use white. You could do whatever color you want, but I'm just saying that's what I used. And I'm just painting that on. Then I put this other paint, I think it was Vintage Rose, and I didn't like it. It was too dark to go with the scrapbook paper. So I went over it with a lighter pink. And I think this was a Tea Rose, this one. And then I went in with some, what is it called? Mod Podge. And I Mod Podged down my scrapbook paper, of course. And see how it just kind of fits right in there, and you really don't see the seam. Only I see it, and I like it, so I think it was fine. And then the bottom part I did with the Mod Podge again, of course, and then I put that bottom piece down on the bottom as well. I love the way this one turned out. It's so like kind of shabby chic look, and I love it. So then what I did is took some parchment paper, and I used my iron, and what I did is I ironed the top, and I had to sand it as well. But what that does is that gets the bubbles out. And then I went around the edges with my antique wax and kind of like did that as well. And I kind of like dirtied it up a little bit because I wanted those to kind of like stand out, and that's what the wax kind of does when you go around the edges of it as well. It not only gives it that worn look, but it also gives it, you know, a little bit of something that makes it stand out a little bit more. And I did that on both of the white edges. And then I also did it around the edges where the scrapbook paper is as well, because I want it to look that way. But if you guys don't like this look, like I said, you guys just don't have to do it at all. I say this in all my videos, but if you're new, you know, this is just the kind of look I like. Then I took the beautiful lace. I love this lace, you guys. And I just glued it on the middle portions of both where the white is. And I just glued it all the way down the center. And then I took the one with the pretty flowers. And those flowers go perfect with this paper, you guys. It like was so perfect. And then the excess, of course, I just cut off the edges. I didn't want to wrap it around the back because I didn't think it would look right. Then I made another bow. And this one I didn't show you guys. I just used some random ribbon. I did the same thing in my Bodabra. And then I also put these little pearls in there too that they used to sell at the Dollar Tree, but I haven't seen them. And that's it, you guys. So let me know what you think about that one down below as well. This is DIY number 3. Now this one is a Dollar Tree item. I'm going to take some burnt umber and some country red and some Excelsior, which I didn't end up using, and this Be Mine that I'm going to scrape off with my little sander. And I wanted to get that off so you didn't see the letters. Now, I made a mistake and started painting this red. I don't know what I was thinking. So then I had to go over it with the burnt umber. So I want the dark color underneath because I'm going to put the wax candle and rub that all on the top. And I'm going to make this look chippy. Okay, and give it that chippy old look. And then I went around the edges with the candle as well. You can use any tea light candle, any candle that you have. Then I went in with the red, and what I did is I used a paintbrush, and you want to go in one stroke You don't want to go up and down, you know, back and forth. No, it won't work that way. So don't do that. And then you're going to take your scraper once it's dry and you're going to scrape, and wherever that wax hit in certain areas, it's going to bring up the paint, and then it's going to give you that nice chippy look. Then I went around the edges, of course, with my dark antique wax again. And it's not antique wax. I think it's just dark wax. That's what it's called. And it's by... There's a couple different kinds. There's a bare one, too, that you buy at, I believe it's at Home Depot or Lowe's. So you don't have to get this online, but I get mine online because, let me tell you guys, a little bit goes a long way. So then I made a tag that you just saw me do in the other one, same thing, and I roughed it up, and I did I did another fabric bow. I did an XOXO on the tag, and then I took this little heart wood button that I also have in my Amazon shop, and I put that in the center. And that's it for this one, you guys. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you go check everyone out. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you guys could please come over to Facebook, give me a follow. I really would love to have you guys there. I want to do some more things on Facebook as well as YouTube. So come follow me over there. The link is in my description box. Thanks for watching. And as always, remember, stay crafty. Bye.